Today is a very important day for many national teams because it starts the European qualification playoff rounds for the World Cup. And we have very interesting matches. We have some teams that are very interesting because they shouldn't be here. They should already be qualified or at least close to it. And we have another teams that we were not expecting to see here, but we really, as football fans, want kind of to see them succeed, for the likes of Albania in this case, which is very much an underdog, but to be truthful, they actually have very good players and they've been performing very well. So let's take a look at the games going on today, what are my predictions, and what matches we'll be watching, because today I'll be live playing Football Manager and then watching the games. I don't know how will I do it, because one game is at 5 and then every other game is at 7:45 for me PM. So all the games will be happening at the same time, which can be a bit of a practice because in the World Cup, which I will also do a lot of watch alongs here on the channel, it will be the same. I think the 3 matches that will be per day will be all at the same time. So I think I'll be focusing on one match and then we'll be taking a look at the other matches. Stay until the end of the video to know what match I'll be watching. I'm Ezo here in Ezosu Football. I do FM content. We watch games and we talk about football, beautiful sport. And today, this is not yet the final qualification. They still have to, then the teams that win today, they still have to go to another round of the playoff, but we will take a look at it right now. Here we go. These are the matches for today. Turkey will play Romania at home. Czech Republic will play Ireland at home. Denmark, the most surprising to be here, I would say, in this playoff round, will face North Macedonia at home as well. Italy, no, I'm wrong. This is the most surprising, but is it? Because Italy's kind of used to be here, right? It already happened it already happened for the Euros. Now it's happening for the World Cup. So I think Italy are more used to be here than Denmark. But jokes aside, they will play Northern Ireland at home today. Poland will play Albania. I think that's one of the most interesting matches because Poland is a strong team, but not that strong, and Albania is not a weak team. So I think it's going to be very balanced. Then we have also an interesting match because those teams are not usually trying to qualify for stuff, Slovakia and Kosovo. So it will be interesting to watch them. And I think this is the match I'll be watching today, or paying more attention to, Ukraine-Sweden. Sweden, Isak is injured, but with Viktor Gyökeres, very good players, but they were really not good in the qualification for the World Cup. And if I'm not mistaken, they are only here on the playoff because how well they did in the Nations League, because they were really bad on the World Cup qualification. And Ukraine, very good team. We have the likes of Sudakov, the striker, which already played for Benfica, Yaremchuk, if I'm not mistaken. Very good goalkeepers on Trubin and Lunin. You have also very hardworking midfielders. I had him in FM in our journeyman save where we still at Valencia. I had him there. Actually, no, because when I got him before he arrived, then I went to the next job that we're currently playing at, Liverpool. So I didn't play with him, but he's a great midfielder, very hardworking, fighting for their people's joy because they're going through a harsh time. I always enjoy the Ukraine team. I always thought they were an underdog that would make two like the levels of, I would say, Croatia maybe. You know, those like really good teams. But Croatia went into a World Cup final, right? So it's a bit different. But before they did that, you see that level. I think Ukraine can really reach that. They have very good players right now. And my girlfriend is from Ukraine as well, even though she doesn't really care about football. She always gets prideful when we talk about Ukraine, like she says. So I think it's the match we're going to pay attention to. I just hope Sweden is a bit better than what they've been doing, so the match is more interesting, because they really lost to very unexpected teams that nobody expected they would lose. Then lastly but not least, we have Wales and Bosnia-Herzegovina. And Bosnia also can be a very big surprise here. They're very interesting players, also very hard working. Also, me and a bunch of people really want to see Ireland qualify for the World Cup because they showed insane spirit. They even beat Portugal. Or was it a draw? I don't remember. No, I think they beat Portugal, right? 2-0? Two parrot goals where Portugal didn't play really well and they were caught on the counter a bunch of times. And I think also people getting inspired by Scotland, how they beat Denmark, Ireland showing that passion and motivation to really rescue a good spot because they were not doing very well. Then they beat Portugal. They beat uh, they beat Hungary in a crazy match, which was really really insane. And the passion, the motivation that they showed, I think the whole world that likes football, they are rooting for Ireland, and me too. I really want to see them qualify. Turkey, it's one of my favorite teams. I really like Turkey and Greece. And if you think about it, they also, when it comes to their leagues, they also kind of underdogs, but they have a lot of quality and a lot of talent in their own leagues. And Greek players, Turkish players are always very, very interesting. Turkey, I think it's better than Greece. Greece also kind of performed poorly in the World Cup qualification, even though they have very good players. I think they're still growing up as a team, and especially in the defense and in the midfield, they're still growing up to have more responsible players and more experienced players. But I think in the future, Greece will be a very, very good national team. Turkey is way better right now. Romania is a very interesting team. They did very well in last Euro, that I remember. But I think Turkey will win here if there is no surprises, because football matches can change really quick with a red card, with an injury. Somebody might get an early goal from a corner or from a penalty, or the defender might slip, and then Romania scores a goal and it's 1-0 at 5 minutes and the whole game changes. But if things go smooth, I think Turkey will win here. But keep in mind, it's a two-leg fixture and it's the semi-finals as well. So Turkey, if they win, they will not be qualified for this. They still have to go to the next round, to the final of the playoff. Then we have Czech Republic, Ireland. Here, I think it's going to be a very close match. Czech Republic might not have the quality, the motivation, and the drive that Ireland has, but they have a lot of experience. They have very solid players. They've been together, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because it's a lot of national teams. I think they have a group that's been playing together for a long time, and they're very solid, very experienced. I think they are better than Ireland, but if Ireland still has the spirit that they showed before, I think they will win. Maybe not today, maybe in the whole fixture. Wait, I might be wrong. I don't think it's a two-leg fixture because as you can see here, we have 2 days matches, Wales versus Bosnia, for an example, and then the final it's gonna be on the 31st of March, so in 5 days. So I don't think it's a two-leg fixture, the semi-finals, which is crazy because the home team has an insane advantage. And then yes, we go to the final, and then we can see the draws for later in the video. But this is insane. I was not aware of this. I thought they would play on the 31st, the second leg, not the final of qualification, but it makes sense. It's almost April, then May, and then comes World Cup, right? But it's insane. So it's going to be complicated for Ireland, though, because I was about to say, that's why I went to check it out. I was about to say, oh, Ireland might lose today, and then they win the fixture back at home. No, they don't have a fixture back at home. Maybe the teams that play at home were higher in the seeding or in the FIFA rankings or in their group stage for the World Cup qualification. Maybe it's fair. So I think it's going to be a bit more complicated for Ireland. I still want them to win. It's going to be complicated. Maybe it will be decided on penalties or extra time. Czech Republic is a hard team to beat. Hopefully Ireland goes through. That will be my football fan dream today. Then we have Denmark, North Macedonia. I think this is the most unbalanced match. I think Denmark is really, really good. But also remember, some years ago, North Macedonia beat Italy, and Italy was not able to go to the Euro. So don't put all your bets into Denmark. Sometimes they show lack of spine, lack of backbone. Sometimes they're too soft and not fighting so hard for the national team. Denmark caused troubles for Portugal in the qualification, that's true, but then they kind of let it slip up and they got second behind Scotland. Also, Scotland played really well in that game. I still remember that. Most Scottish people might not remember because they got so drunk, you know what I'm saying? But North Macedonia, keep an eye open. They might have something here. I totally think Denmark will win. I don't think it will be any surprises today, but there is always a chance. And keep your eyes open for North Macedonia. And if you're making some bets, that might be some good odds to bet on North Macedonia. Small risk, big reward. Then you have Italy, Northern Ireland. I think here Italy is going to win, but maybe it will be a repetition of what happened versus Northern Macedonia. It will be another Northern team taking care of the Italian side here. I think Italy is better though. They always fight hard for that team, and I just feel they are out of the hole now a little bit. They still got in second in their group, but I don't think they will bottle this job today. Northern Ireland is a good team, solid. They also fight really hard. That might be the key difference. If they fight really hard, they're kind of like Ireland, right? Like they don't have like very good players. They have good players, but it's more about the team than the players themselves. And if they fight harder, they might get one goal, then defend really well, and then they go through to the final. So Italy, they really have to play really well because these teams, Portugal has the same issue. It's against those teams that they fight really hard. They're very collective. They're very, here in Portugal, we say to the teams that help that they defend really well. They help each other a lot. They're very solidary to each other. And Portugal struggles against those teams. Belgium struggles against those teams. Brazil struggles against those teams. For an example, because they don't. Portugal and those teams don't fight that hard because they don't need to. And these teams they're always fighting hard because they're not so good when it comes to technical attributes. So they need to fight with other weapons, and in football that's sometimes the most important, is to fight hard, keep believing, keeping a cold head, a hot heart, a warm heart, you know what I'm saying, and defending very well, going on the counter and taking care of set pieces. Italy, I think it's better. I think they are going totally to win today. But once again, keep your eyes open because Northern Ireland might be showing us some great spirit here today and rebuttal the job of Italy. Then we have a very interesting match, perhaps the second most interesting match today for me, Poland Albania. Poland will be playing at home. Albania here, bro, I don't know. I feel they can do it. There is something here that tells me like their spirit, their mentality, I think can be better than Poland. Poland is Lewandowski. I don't know if he's injured or not. They have Zielinski as well. They have a good team, and they usually play in a different tactic than most teams do, so that can caught Albania off guard. But I think Albania, I don't know. I'm feeling a bit more flair. I'm feeling a bit more confidence. I feel a bit more, I'm a man type vibe. And Poland is like they confident, they sure, they calm and collected. But I really want Albania to go through today. I think Poland is still the favorite. I think they are most likely to win, but I want Albania to win, and I'm feeling something special here today. It's all about Albania being able to go and execute, be in their best state, be in the flair, be confident, and then they will do it. Then we have Slovakia Kosovo, which I really don't know what to expect here. I really don't. I really don't know what to expect here. I want Kosovo to win because it's the most fun. Just like I think it's the first time they are this close to qualifying for a World Cup. Slovakia, nice team, solid team, experienced team. Oh, damn, you have a lot of injured players here for both teams. Oh, Ramani from Napoli is injured from the side of Kosovo. Unfortunate. Wait, you already have lineups? It's very early. Maybe it's not correct. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I totally don't know what to expect from this match. I want Kosovo to win. I don't know if Slovakia can beat them. They're going to play at home. Most likely they will beat them, but I want Kosovo to go through. And then this is the match you're going to be paying attention to, or more that I'm going to be paying more attention to during the live stream today. Ukraine-Sweden. Ukraine will not be playing at home for obvious reasons. They will play in Spain, actually, in Valencia, stadium of the city of Valencia. They'll be playing there today. I totally think Ukraine is going to win if Sweden plays like they did in the qualifier stage, in the group stage, I mean. If they play like that, totally Ukraine is going to win. If they step up their level a little bit more, I think Sweden is a better team than Ukraine. But I just feel Ukraine more solid, more consistent, and more focused on the job. I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be the most interesting match of today. I want Ukraine to win, and I think they are right now, not in general, but at the moment, they're a better team. They're also fighting for their people that are going through harsh times. You know what I'm saying? And before that, they already were a team growing. I think they're already better than Sweden. You know what I'm saying? It's just like now they never play at home. They never have that home power with them because they always play in other stadiums. So that might be a problem. That might not bring so much energy. They should have made the game in Portugal because there is huge Ukrainian community in Portugal, and they made it in Spain. I don't think there are as much Ukrainian community in Spain. In Portugal, it's a lot of them, and Portuguese people really love Ukrainian people because Portugal always had a bunch of people coming in from all around the world, from our ex-colonies, Angola, Mozambique, Cape Verde, from Brazil, of course, from Ukraine, from Macedonia, from Moldova, and now from India and Bangladesh and whatnot. And together with the Brazilian people and sometimes the Angolan people as well, they are just sometimes people from Africa are a bit more reserved to the Portuguese people, but with them they're super chill. But the Ukrainian people are today, even sometimes more than the Brazilian people, the most loved immigrant people, because not only they're very close with mindset and culture to the Portuguese people, they are very hardworking. While some other cultures are not so hardworking. For example, my girlfriend's father, my girl came here with like 4, 5 years old, and her father was working in a quarry for less than minimal wage for years, just to keep food on the table. And they're very hardworking. They are very respected, and I think they're the most respected immigrant community in Portugal, because the Brazilian, they have extremes. You have very good hardworking Brazilian, super nice people, people from God, quote unquote. They open their own business. They are super chill, super party, like, in the, not they always throwing parties, but you can feel they have a party vibe with them. And then you have lazy bums, you have people that don't respect people around them, not even like some Brazilian people here in Portugal complain about other Brazilians, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't respect the other Brazilians as well. So you have extremes. Of course, you also have the extreme negative of Ukraine, but it's way more the positive extreme that we see from Ukrainian people. Brazil is like all over the place, but we love everybody. I just think, not me personally, but the people coming from India and Bangladesh were the least accepted because they made it that way. But wait, I'm here talking about football, not about the demographics and geopolitics of Portugal. But my point is, they should have made the game in Portugal, because we Portuguese people, we love our Ukrainians, because they've been here for a very long time, since like the 2000s, the start of 2000s. So there is a big community. We like them. We like to support Ukraine as well, not because of the war situation, just because we already had ties before that. So I think the game should be like in Portugal, Estádio da Luz, especially because Portugal is the national team is in Mexico right now, and then in USA. So we have Estádio da Luz, Estádio do Dragão, Alvalade, even Estádio do Braga, the Pedreira. It would be a great option for Ukraine to play there. I don't know why Spain, but whatever. But yeah, I think Ukraine is going to win today. I think they're the best team. I think they are fighting for their people as well, and I want them to win as well, and I want them to go to the World Cup for sure, because that's another thing that we're not talking about. I'm like talking about the matches specifically, but we have to be like realistic here. Imagine if North Macedonia qualifies for the World Cup, they'll be destroyed. But actually, it could be more interesting, because we could have the likes of Cape Verde, North Macedonia, and so people are hating on those matches, also boring. But then they watch Everton, Sunderland, or something like that, and that's boring as well. I really like international football. The Premier League and they hate international football because they can't watch their club. Some fans from Serie A are like that as well. For me, international football is the best, because I'd rather watch a boring North Macedonia versus Cape Verde than to watch a boring Sunderland Newcastle, for an example. Because it's international, it's the national team. Way more people are caring about that match than about Newcastle, for an example. Not hating on the Premier League, not hating on Newcastle, just as an example. And then you can see gems. You can see different approaches in international tournaments. The pressure is way bigger, the rewards is way bigger, right? And for example, I really enjoyed the AFCON. I really enjoyed watching DR Congo play Nigeria, I think, because they were doing things differently. They had some interesting players that I didn't know, that I never heard about. And even though that level was obviously lower than Nigeria, they still put up a good fight. And the international football brings that vibe, that aura, that spirit into the members of the national team, and then they play better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it, but I think you guys understand it. Because, yeah, not only we're not talking about who's going to win here, it's like who are the best teams from here that have the best chance to perform well in the World Cup. Before, let's talk about Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina match. I think Wales is the best team. Bosnia might be a bit more solid, might be a bit more positive. Bosnia might be more on the counter-attack. To be honest, I don't really know well this Bosnia team. I know a bit better the Wales team. Of course, not in the time where they had Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey. And you guys remember the theory of Aaron Ramsey that every time he scored, a celebrity will die? That shit was crazy. Maybe it was a ritual from the Epstein files or whatever. But I want Wales to win here. But if Bosnia wins, I will not be mad at all. Actually, I'll be also interested in see Bosnia go through. Wait, is still Zeko playing for Bosnia? I think so. Yeah, no. That's so cool. Zeko is still there. Oh, they have Albiagovic. That's good. That's good. Albiagovic. And they have Dedic on Benfica. No, I want Bosnia to win. Bro, Dedic is a powerful, powerful right back. But early in the season, he got injured on his right knee. And I still remember he was way more powerful and way faster. Maybe he's still recovering. Maybe he got a bit afraid. Maybe just tactical changes. Don't go so forward. So somebody is asking him for that. But they have Aldia Bogovic. They have Zeko. Really, really good. Oh, and the Wales have Johnson from Tottenham. No, I think Bosnia will win here. Wales playing at home. They have that spirit as well. I want Bosnia to win though. Now let's take a look. From those teams, who are the best teams and who are the teams that have the most chance to do something good in the World Cup? I think Turkey can do very well in the World Cup. Ireland, maybe, like, if they have that spirit, they can surprise a lot of teams, especially from another continent. Denmark, of course, can do very well in the World Cup. Italy as well. Poland, I don't know. I'll prefer Albania. I'll prefer to see Albania in the World Cup. Slovakia or Kosovo, I don't know. Ukraine, I want Ukraine to go to the World Cup. And then I want Bosnia. I think Bosnia could be really, really funny. But then, after this, we have this. So it will be between Wales and Bosnia, or Italy or Northern Ireland. So imagine Italy versus Bosnia, and then they might go through. Then it's going to be between Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, or Albania. Ooh, that's rough. Turkey here, I think they go through, because then if they win against Romania here, then they will face Slovakia or Kosovo, which I think they can do. And then, if Ireland wins against Czech Republic, they have to play against Denmark. And Ireland is the type of team to beat Denmark, actually, you know? So everybody, this is everything for this video. I'll be streaming, doing a watch along, and playing Football Manager later today. Let me know who you think will win today and who you want to win today. Also, I will be doing watch alongs from the other continents if I can. And if I can do watch alongs, I'll talk about them, because I'm really interested about this World Cup qualification still, because I'm from Portugal and we still have one space in our group open for the World Cup. And I want to watch the match that will decide. I think it will be DR Congo between New Caledonia and their opponent, which I think they play tomorrow. Let me check, because here is qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations. We have also Nations League plays today. Oh, we have here. I think it's between... No. Bolivia and Suriname. Then they will play somebody else from another continent. Yeah, there you go. Yes, so it will be DR Congo versus New Caledonia or Jamaica. And then from DR Congo and one of those, we'll have the adversary of Portugal in the World Cup. And I can't watch this because it's in 3 a.m. tomorrow. So harsh to watch that. But I will... So maybe the DR Congo match will be on the 31st, which is like the final for everybody. Here we go, 31st Nations League. Or maybe it's not yet a match, because we don't know who is going to play. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that's everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Believe in yourself and all possibilities, and I see you later for the watch along and for some Football Manager content. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best.